Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scariest podcast.
Woo!
Jesus. I'm Robin Grace, this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And we're here to read you guys some homegrown horrors.
Indeed we are. Very, very excited to be here back at our normal time, Wednesdays, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you hear any noisiness, it's because there's construction going on literally outside our window. We think they've stopped for the day. Not quite sure, but we're going to go ahead and move forward because it's been pretty calm for a little bit here. But thank you all for joining us, whether you're listening in podcast form or whether or not you're watching us live right now. We appreciate every single one of you. And if you've never attended a live show, we suggest you do so. Go to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast or youtube.com/scarish and watch us read your homegrown horrors, which are stories that you send in. In fact, Robin puts it best. Robin, what is a homegrown horror?
Homegrown horrors are the supernatural, paranormal, coincidental, spiritual. Did I already say that?
No, you're doing good.
Sleep paralysis, sleepwalking.
Spooky.
And stuff like that. So those stories that you graciously share with us, we get to read with the rest of our spooky family, which is kind of cool.
I indeed agree, which is a weird thing to say. But if you want to send a story that is either yours, a friend's, or just one you know, feel free to reach out to us at storytime@scarish.com. Shout out to Chicka Chicka Boom Boom 18, who just resubscribed for the second month. Appreciate you so much. And you can also reach us at our social medias, which is at Scarish Podcast for Instagram, at Scarish Pod for Twitter. And you can go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/scarish. And you can also do what most of you have been doing recently, which is scarish.com, which is our website. We own it. Click on contact us, fill that form out, sends directly to us. We've been getting quite a few stories that way, and we appreciate it. But however you want to reach out to us, please feel free to do so. We appreciate all the stories we get, and we're going to try and get to every single one of them.
Yeah.
So we have 6 tonight. I will let you folks know that I think 4 of them are rather short. No big deal. They all have to get read at some point, so it might be kind of a short show. We will still do that special thing that we do at the end of our live shows, which if you never attended a live show, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you have attended a live show and you're here right now, you're like, oh, cool, we're still doing that thing, which we are. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I don't care. You can...
This is the sort of decisiveness that I'm used to.
Do what your heart desires.
I'll go first, I guess. This one's subject is Haunted Elevator, which just reminds me of that movie Devil, which was not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
All right.
It starts out like this. Hello, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
Hello. You may share this on the pod. Sometimes, oh wait, I forgot. I want to give a big shout out to everyone who has an email that was sent in, a homegrown horror, on this show. Because I got home, my mom came to me and she said, hey, 1, they're really good tonight. And 2, they were written incredibly well. I barely had to change a thing. So thank you to the 6 wordsmiths that sent your homegrown horrors. My mom sincerely appreciated it enough to even bring it up to me as soon as I walked through the door. Now I'm going to get into the email. So if you hear us trip up, it's because we're stupid and not because it was written poorly. So sometimes I work in LA in a big corporate building. You need to scan your badge to get in the building, then scan your badge at the elevator to choose your floor. Even if I scan my badge at the elevator, it only allows me to push the button for the floors I have clearance for. You cannot just choose any floor. That sounds pretty intense, lockdown style.
Yeah, it's like Homeland Security
type
stuff.
So one day, I used the elevator to go up to my floor. I was with 2 coworkers when the elevator stops at a floor on the way up. I don't remember what floor it was, but we assumed someone was calling the elevator to get in. Once the doors slid open, we were surprised to find that this floor was not finished.
Oh my God.
Don't step out.
Even
I've
worse.
seen that video where there's someone looking away from the elevator. Yeah, don't step out.
Yeah, don't get out of the elevator.
In other words,
Oh my
nobody
God.
was there waiting to get in the elevator, and the walls were not finished. The lights on that floor were exposed and flickering in all caps.
Nope.
This floor was still under construction, and we can see nobody was there and no work was being done. Somehow the elevator was called. I had a thought to get out and investigate because I felt a, quote, call, like something was drawing me onto that floor. But I can act on my thoughts. But before I could act on my thoughts, the elevator door closed and we were on our way to our floor.
Nope.
It has happened to other coworkers of mine too, an abandoned floor somehow calling the elevator. If it happens to me again, I will Facebook Live it for you guys and we can all say the Bane quote together while I explore. Haha. Rob, I don't say this very often, but please don't do that because I have a feeling you'll die. That's super creepy.
That is really creepy. Like,
you merely adopted the darkness. Whatever's in there was born in it. Just saying.
Molded by it.
Molded by it. That is creepy as hell, man.
Abandoned. Not even abandoned. I'm sorry. unfinished floors that have no one on
It's
them.
a derelict floor that's just there to collect souls. I would just avoid it entirely.
Yeah.
Like
Nope.
my office building has 4 floors, and elevators do weird things sometimes. We have 3 elevators. Usually one of them is not working because it's gotten stuck or the door is open while it was like going up and everyone could see like the exposed floors going by. So some
What?
crazy stuff happens in our elevators too, but it doesn't take us to a floor that doesn't exist. That is super, super creepy. So be very, very careful. Just saying. That was a really good story to start out with. So.
My work building is 1 floor, so it's great.
It's nice to work on a 1-floor building, but you have to walk a whole lot further. So my building, I guess I still have to walk. I have to take stairs sometimes too when the elevators break down. So good stuff.
Yeah,
that was super creepy.
Yeah.
Good tone
Super
to start
creepy.
for the show. So
I just want to let everyone know how hot it is in
it
Vegas
is hot
right now.
as balls out
So
here
it was
right
110 degrees today, and oh my goodness, walking from an establishment like a restaurant outside into the oven that is the city, it was just, oh my gosh.
And as you can see, if you're watching right now, we have a window directly behind us that the sun beats down on from about like 10 a.m. until it sets. And there's also a window right there because this is a corner of the house. So this room is just blistering hot, man. So, yeah, for those Vegas peeps that listen, like, we know you're in this with us, so you can appreciate
it's
it.
hot.
For anyone who complains about the winters, like, this is the day where you realize, like, the winters aren't that bad.
You know it's hot for me when I have to put my hair up a lot. Because now it's going to turn into all the episodes this summer where I have my hair up every single day. Like last year, I chopped all my hair off. You know what I mean? So I had no hair. Now that my hair is long, you guys are going to see it up every single time. And normally I have like it curled or it's usually down, you know? So now it's too hot.
I have a friend that makes
can't.
stuff in his like barbecue pit or whatever, and he has like one of those thermometers that you stick into whatever meat that you're cooking so you can see the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had something like that for my back that measures moisture so we could just have like a meter on the side that's like Adam's back sweat level. Because right now it's like a 6 out of 10 because it's so fucking hot in here.
Gross.
All right. Let's move over into Stream Chat, see what you folks had to say. See if any of you are melting under the hot Vegas sun today as well.
Army. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I can't read. Amy Chibi says, have you ever had a story on werewolves? We have not, unfortunately.
Nope.
That'd be cool.
We've almost done the topic of werewolves, but we've never gotten a story from a listener.
We keep going around the topic of werewolves because I want to do it for Halloween, but it's just, there's so much for Halloween.
There's a lot of stuff Robin tells me to not
Yes.
do, so we can save it for Halloween.
We'll figure it out. Anyway.
We only get like 4, maybe 5 episodes at most during Halloween time, and I think we have like at least 5 topics saved for Halloween at this point. So
all I know is Halloween. The month of October for me is Serial Killer City. So
okay, good stuff.
it's my theme. Just putting it out
Akbar was first over in YouTube, so shout out to Akbar. Karen said first right after Akbar said hi. So Karen, rip, sorry, you went first.
Carly says elevators are bad enough when they aren't trying to send you to an unfinished floor. Absolutely, yeah. It's just elevators are an interesting thing because you trust this technology to cram a whole bunch of people in there and carry them quickly to different floors.
This is the beginning of
heights,
Robin's
and
like Terminator rant, where we should all be aware of AI.
It's just scary because if you're in a hotel and you're at the top floor, say there's like 80 floors or something like the Bellagio or whatever. Does the Bellagio have 80 floors?
I don't know. I've never been on one.
Like, okay, say you're on the 30th floor. I don't know. I don't go out. Anyway. So, say you're on these floors, and then you're at the top, and it just crashes, and you're dead, and you don't get pulled back up because
I think most of our listeners probably shouldn't be picturing this in their mind's eye right now.
It's just
we want you to feel relaxed when we're doing these a little bit, I guess.
Elevators
Picture all
are
these
scary.
horrible ways you can die in an elevator. Karen says, first, I already got to that. Jace is here. Esmeralda Torres is here. I have a cousin I'm pretty sure is named Esmeralda Torres, so I don't know if that's you, but welcome, Esmeralda. Karen says, what up, my dudes? Akbar is saying, not much. There's a lot of like chit chat that I will scroll past.
Carly says, my 7-year-old got stuck in a malfunctioning elevator a few months ago, and the fire department had to come by and pry it open. Nightmare. Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare.
That is a nightmare.
I bet your 7-year-old was freaking out. A's Monster says, yeah, elevators scare me in general too. I think I already told the story of my friends that got stuck in the elevator at school for like 2 hours because no one could hear them.
That's so creepy.
And they had no cell reception inside the
elevators,
elevator.
no one can hear you scream.
It's frightening.
Jay says, I'm going to write my email as this story time happens. Whoa, cool. We
Nice.
always appreciate it. We got a lot of them actually during story time, so we 100% encourage that. Kiana says, hey, y'all. Hey, thank you for joining us. Jay says, my demons are already upset at me, so I don't know if if I listen to this, it will make it worse. Well, hopefully not. Fingers crossed.
And Carly says they've been taking the stairs everywhere ever since. So that's a smart thing to do. Stairs are always a safe bet, I guess. Unless you fall down them.
Get this thing to scroll. It is killing me.
You know, if you put 2 fingers down.
It just doesn't work with this app. It just like launches to the bottom of the top. Remember?
No, but okay.
Jace says, question of the week. I guess he stole the question of the week from Karen. Do you guys remember any of your past lives? No.
Nope.
Not at all.
No, not even a little bit.
Taylor says, yay, finally made it for the start. Thank you for joining us, Taylor.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. Thank you for being on time, too. We really don't mind if you're late, though. Just so you know. Never feel guilty. It's not like that class that everyone dreads, like walking in late because the professor will like yell at you in front of everyone.
Yeah.
We are not that.
If you guys want to join Patreon right now, patreon.com/scaryish-podcast. I have not mailed everything out yet. I should have mailed it this morning. I should have mailed it yesterday. But I've packaged all of our Patreon rewards that are going to go out for all of the tiers, $10 and up. And if you guys want to join and have me send out your package along with everyone else's, now would be a good time. Probably going to mail it tomorrow before work. So if you guys want to do that, you can get on that. Yeah,
indeed.
Food for thought. Are you good?
I have some more, yeah.
Okay.
Karen says, I almost missed joining because I was listening to your podcast. LOL.
Aww.
We're glad you didn't miss it, but thank you so much for listening. Kat says, I get deja vu a lot, so maybe in regards to the question of the week. Kiana says, does it count that I had a dream about a past life? I would say it counts. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there and saying it counts. Kat is letting us know that it's laundry day so far, so that sucks. Laundry's never fun unless you're one of those crazy people who enjoys laundry. If you are, please come to our house.
Yeah, you can do my laundry any day.
Karen says, leave me alone. You stole my questions. That's so funny. Javier Zavala says, Zaboomafoo is real. So it's nice to see that someone's out there representing Zaboomafoo. On the live episodes, I don't really try and maintain my denial of Zaboomafoo as much as I do for the actual podcast that comes out. So I acknowledge it exists. I just never experienced the Crap Brothers or Zaboomafoo at all in my life until Robin and her sister started singing the theme song. And I was like,
even
what
Charlie.
is this? Charlie wasn't there the first day. It was here. I was just like, what is this nonsense you're speaking?
Oh, hey, it's my coffee.
Oh, hey, you're welcome.
I've been staring at it, and I didn't register that it's mine. Are you almost done?
I will keep scrolling, sure. Karen says, shout out to Adam's mom. Akbar says, Adam's mom. Get Beatrix says, woo, spooky mom. Etsley says, spooky mom. Linda is awesome. These things are all 100% true. Kat says, if I have less than 5 floors to go, I'd rather take the stairs. My advice is almost always take the stairs down if you have less than 10 floors, because down is never a hard thing to do. You know what I mean? Up is a bitch.
Up it, yeah. I don't mind going down. It's all about the up that I'm out of shape.
Kat says, put foil on the windows. I suggested that, and I was told no. So
we can't. It's against HOA regulation.
There you go. That's who told me no. It was not her. It was our HOA. Kiana says, don't tell me this. I'm going to Vegas this weekend. We'll be prepared for the heat. Glitch says, Twitch is no good for me today. Hello, spooky friends. It's 99 in Texas and super humid. That is gross.
Humidity sucks.
Humid titties is bad.
Yeah, those suck too.
Anna says, in a past life, I lived on a plantation in the southern U.S., you know the time period, and I know for a fact that I shared a past life with my high school history teacher. Wow. I don't know how you can know that for a fact, but it sounds like an email you should be sending us right now, because that is super interesting. Greatest accomplishment was realizing that I survived my grade school bullies and came out stronger than I was back then.
Nice.
That's awesome. I think for a lot of us that was the case. So Akbar says, melting in the Philippine heat. Jay says, I'm writing my email on my past lives, and all I can say is I was in Vietnam. Wow.
Nice.
I don't know if that's nice or not.
I mean, it'll be interesting to read.
Kat says, California isn't on fire yet, so I'm good. Karen says, I have the memory of a goldfish in this life, so I can't remember my others. Yeah, I relate to that. I don't think I would be able to remember anything from my previous life just because, I still struggle to remember stuff from this life. So, speaking of the Bellagio, Taylor says, my brother just moved to Vegas because he got a job as a dealer for that hotel. That is awesome. Etsley says, that's awesome. Congrats to your bro. Etsley says, I used to do the Zaboomafoo spin thing as a kid. LMAO. Don't know what the Zaboomafoo spin thing is because I'm not a Zaboomafoo kid.
I don't know what the Zaboomafoo spin thing is either.
You've let me down. You're supposed to be our Zaboomafoo expert, Robin.
Sorry.
All right, that's everything I have, so we can move on into our second story. Give us one of those nice, juicy transitions.
Okay, so this next email is from Blanca Bello, and the subject is, you can share it on the podcast.
Good subject.
And in quote, Fire Eyes. So I'm assuming the actual title of the story itself is Fire Eyes. It goes, "Hi, Adam and Robin. Hello.
Hello.
I love your podcast.
Oh.
I have many stories. I'll send more when I have time. Thank you guys for doing what you do. I know it must be hard sometimes, but thank you. It is hard sometimes. This past episode that we released slightly late was very difficult. So we're glad that got put out. But
it's just one of those things where we try and have this be as consistent as humanly possible in a life that is not consistent. And I think everyone has those things that pop up in your life where you're like, things have to get put off, and we've been very good about not letting it affect Scary-ish. And it's going to happen, sooner or later. And I'm pretty happy that, like, the one time it's happened in 150 episodes, it was like 11 hours late. It usually releases at 4 a.m., at least according to what it's supposed to do, 4 a.m. on Tuesdays. And it came out at 3 p.m. on Tuesday still. So we still hit our day. But, yeah, it does get kind of difficult sometimes. Not like interacting with our listeners. You guys are amazing. It's just life is very difficult sometimes.
Continuing on. Okay. When I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, all I remember was that my dad used to drink a lot and get high. He would come home late, like around 1 or 2 a.m., to mistreat my mom. What a douchebag. One night, I woke up because I heard a man knocking on the door. I heard them tell my mom that my dad was really drunk and he was not listening to them to go home and sleep. I heard that he got into a fight and got hurt, so I got out of bed and went outside with my mom. We saw him walking up to the house. There was a big tree in front of our house, and I saw him walking towards the tree and laying down under it. When my mom saw that he laid down, she told me, you go. I don't think he would hurt you. So she stood by the door.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah, I know I went alone towards my dad because I kept turning around to see my mom. I was scared because I know how he gets when he's drunk. When I get to him, I said, Dad, let's go inside. When he opened his eyes, I saw flames in his eyes. I got so scared, I jumped back, and I heard a lady tell me to get away. That's the devil. But there was no one there with me. I ran back to my mom crying, told her I was scared, but never told anyone about it until now. That's crazy.
That's very crazy. Not you're crazy, that's very scary.
Yeah, that's super scary. Like, so you walk up to your dad, he opens his eyes, and it's like it's not your dad.
Right.
Yeah. And you hear a voice of someone that's obviously not around you tell you to get away. So it's just...
It's one of those things where it's like, sometimes people make references to like their demons or their inner demons as like an abstract thing where they're saying that they're like battling with alcoholism or battling with some form of addiction. But it's one of those things I think about sometimes where it's like, maybe that's an actual manifestation of like a literal demon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't, I'm the skeptic usually. I don't want to get too far out there, but I've known a lot of addicts and a lot of people that have had issues, like severe issues in their life. And I'm not saying like you should go and have an exorcism on them, but it's like, if you have a good soul and you know a lot of people that have a good soul that fall down a really dark path, it's almost like something kind of drew them there. You know what I mean? Not like sinister, like puppeteer things, but something that's always just given them a nudge to go in the wrong direction. And like that's kind of what I think when I hear your story. And it's one of those things where I really think it's incredibly important to understand people that battle stuff like that, whether or not we're talking literally about demons or figuratively, because they need a lot of support. They really do. And I think a lot of times people don't want to go out of their way in any way, shape, or form if it makes them uncomfortable. And a really good example I can give you is there's a guy at work, and I never asked him for his story because I don't need to know. And this is one of my older jobs, but he stopped drinking. He just randomly stopped drinking. And I asked him, because I don't really drink, and I asked him when the last time it was he had been out and like went partying because I knew that he was a partier, and he knew the day to the day, and it was like 11 months prior. He wound up winning an award for his team doing so well. And when they give you the award, they would give you a glass of champagne too. And so he didn't drink it, and someone mentioned it in front of like the entire department when it should be like the celebratory moment, like, why aren't you drinking that, bro? And he told everyone right there in front of everyone, like, I don't drink anymore, which is not an easy thing to say, but he said it. He won the award again the next month, and they still gave him the glass of champagne. And I'm like, if he's an alcoholic and he is struggling with his alcoholism and you have handed him a glass of champagne 2 months in a row, you are horrible people. Like, why is it so hard to just not give this dude the glass of champagne? And when I brought it up to my boss, like, if he wins again, don't give him the champagne. They're like, but that's what we always do. It's like, how shitty is that? You know what I mean? So, like, hearing your story is very, like, it hits home. It's very real. And I understand that I think a lot of people that are skeptical might hear Fire Eyes and not kind of take it as seriously. But, like, that shit's real, man. Like, it's straight up real. So, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank
Sincerely,
you so much.
we very much appreciate it. So, all right. Let's look over in the stream chat and see what you folks had to say. I cannot get
Clear
this
your
thing to
throat?
scroll.
Oh,
No, I just cleared it.
okay. You keep doing it. I just feel like you can't clear it 100%, so you just keep doing it.
Well, I don't want to get yelled at because you yell at me every time I cough or clear my throat.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Anna said, past life rundown. I know for a fact because I was sitting in his class and zoned out. Then I was hit with a vivid memory of the two of us interacting on said plantation. I just knew it was a memory and not a daydream. Right on. Taylor said, how did you two like San Jose? We liked it a lot, actually. We had a really good time. We have a video that's going to go up probably later tonight, if not tomorrow. And it's going to be the whole Winchester thing. It's about 10 minutes long, and it'll show you like all the things that we interacted with and the stuff we did. And we had a really good time. At least I did. I don't know about you, Robin.
I had a really good time. It was really fun. It was really cool having so many spooky friends out there because we thought it was just going to be us and like Sam and Andrew. And we had no idea that more people were going to come. And you guys are so great. And it was really cool to meet you and put faces to names. And,
yeah, absolutely.
You guys are awesome. It was fun. It was really cool. The Winchester Mansion is really neat, super unique.
Yeah.
And it's very tempting to want to go back and do like the Explore More tour.
I wanted to do the basement, but one, it's a little bit more pricey.
Yeah.
And we were definitely on a fixed income.
Yes.
Which we had thanks to our wonderful patrons.
Yeah, our patrons and those of you who donate to the show. You guys are awesome. Amy Chibi says, guys, have you ever had werewolf story? We did answer that in the beginning. We have not had any werewolf stories, and we haven't covered werewolves yet, but we do plan on covering them in the near future. So,
Karen says, no offense, but that sounds like a really sucky dad. I think you're absolutely right. Jay says, bro, I'll be your younger self, dad. I don't know what that is, but that's very nice of you. Karen says, congrats, dude. Adam's coworker. Nice job getting things together. I'm very proud of him. He's been doing great since, and I just didn't want to see it happening. And I literally had a friend who I didn't really hang out with too much because he had gotten so wild and out of control, who stopped drinking. And he posted it on his Facebook, like when he was 2 years sober. And like a few people were like, congratulations. And so many people were assholes to him. Like, I can't believe you're so dramatic about this. It's like, he had a sincere problem. He was waking up in parking lots covered in blood, like going to jail. And because the crew he used to run with didn't have him around anymore, they were like, we can't believe you're trying to fix your life and act like we're doing something wrong with ours. And like that sort of selfishness drives me absolutely crazy. I remember seeing that and being like, I'm deleting that person off my Facebook, that person off my Facebook. And I commented, I was like, I am so friggin' proud of you, man. Like, you keep doing what you're doing. And I think he has a wife and kids now. I'm pretty sure I'm not lying to you guys. I'm pretty sure I'm not mixing people up.
Carly says, need help naming all the kittens. Open for suggestions.
Oh my God, kitten naming.
There's so many kittens. I'm trying to think of something cool. And
all mine are Game of Thrones. So
name them all the different planets.
The planets? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a good one. It's pretty nerdy, and I like it. Kat says, why not have something like apple cider available instead of champagne? Right? That's not very hard to do. At first, I understood it because it's like no one really knew he was recovering. And then after that, they're just like, oh, it's just too much work. It's like, you guys suck.
I hate the people that are like, wow, what a quitter.
Yeah, like that's just the shittiest thing that you could say to someone who's going through something you hope to God you never have to go through.
Albrain says, hello, guys, sending love. Hello, Albrain.
Hello. Thank you for joining us. Etsley says, oh my God, I'm so hyped to see the video. Anna says, white sparkling grape juice is the shit. I was made fun of for choosing over champagne at a retirement party, but I don't care.
For the video of San Jose, did you already go over that? That we have the video in hand. We just have to post it.
Yes, I did mention that. It's right here.
Yeah, so we have the video. We also have our impromptu story time video that we'll be posting exclusively to patrons as well. So you guys are going to get that little extra tidbit.
There you go. And that's a shout out to all the people that showed up that shared their stories with us.
Yeah.
It's not like a long, full-blown story time. It was just like an impromptu. We're sitting at a table and 3 people have stories. It's you know.
Yeah.
It's like a 10-minute long video, but they're good stories. So we're like, this should be a Patreon exclusive because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
Yeah.
And we had to have something just for patrons. We really did.
Carly says, I would hate to have to name one Uranus, though. I
That's
say
funny.
do Jupiter, Mars. Don't do Earth because Earth is a crap hole.
Gaia.
Saturn. Oh, Gaia's a good one.
Yeah.
Gaia.
You're welcome.
Pluto. Pluto's always good.
Pluto's supposed to be a dog, though, right?
What did I already say? Oh, Mercury. Mercury's also good.
Venus is good.
Venus, always a good name.
Mars is pretty good.
I'm just thinking of naming the. Okay, so I'll give you
We're gonna run out of these soon because there's only 9.
I was gonna give you my honest brain process of how I came up with you should name them planets. I was thinking like, what are the names of all the Sailor Moon characters?
Wow.
And they're named after the planets. So you should totally do that because that would be cute.
If you talk to nerds, you can tell them you named them after Sailor Moon. If you talk to lesser nerds, you can tell them you named them after the planets.
Let's see.
Kiana says, my belief, negative addictions are demons themselves. They can influence people to do bad things and have bad habits. I hear that's why people don't blame the person, they blame the disease. I am very much in agreement with you on that. I don't know if agreement is a word. But I really feel like sometimes that people view stuff, and I don't know. I have weird beliefs because of stuff that's happened to me in my life, but a lot of times when people see science explaining something, they get rid of anything else it could be, but it's like you might just be explaining like scientifically what possession looks like. That's why the exorcism of Emily Rose is always very fascinating to me because it's a real case where they in a court of law try to prove demonic possession through science. And it really struck home to me having a brother who has had, severe issues in his life and wondering stuff like that, So when I think of that, it's like not every demon is going to possess you to like say that you're possessed by the devil. That's why I'm always like, it's not always the devil possessing people. Like, and I really feel sometimes like if lesser demons are just being sent to earth, like, hey, go mess that person's life up. The things that you would see them do are the things that we represent as addiction and disease. So that's not me saying it's definitive. That's just me saying it's something I think about sometimes. So totally agree with you.
Anna says, name the kittens Lord of the Rings names. I think that'd be super cute too. But you don't want to name them someone like Isildur or something like super difficult. You'd have to name them like Arwen or Aragorn or like, I don't know, Bilbo.
Kiana says,
name him Bilbo.
Veronica Marms. Carrie says, names from the 100, Gaia, Guya, Clark, Raven, Bellamy, Lex, just to name a few. Jay says, the Avengers for the kitten names. And Akbar says, the temptation of addiction is credited to whispers from
Shaitan.
I think it's Shaitan. It's cut off at the bottom, so I wasn't sure if it's Shaitan or Shavtan. But yeah. That's everything I got for YouTube. So you just let me know when you have caught up on Twitch.
Carly said, I did already name the biggest one Hagrid, and the runt was named Dobby.
Oh, that's adorable.
Who passed away, so poor Dobby.
Oh, that's really sad. R.I.P. Dobby.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you just name them all Harry Potter characters.
Yeah, it sounds like you're already on that path.
Yeah,
so.
Just don't name any of them Bellatrix.
Don't name them after characters who actually die. So that's probably a good bet,
no.
too. What? I mean, Sirius is my favorite character, but Sirius dies.
Say, so?
I mean, she named it Dobby.
Oh my god!
Dobby died.
Just shut up.
This one also passed away.
But you could name one like Lupin,
Lupin?
There's Lupin, but I mean Lupin the Third. That's why I said Lupin, because it's spelled the same way, Lupin, but it's his name's Lupin the Third.
Got it.
Anyway, okay, let's all right.
Are you caught up on Twitch? Is that what you're trying to say here?
Is it my turn?
No, it's my turn.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm going to move on into our third homegrown horror of the evening, and it starts out like this. I'm still on Haunted Elevator, so let me go ahead and click X there. It starts out like this. Aloha.
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 I don't know, that sounds weird coming out of my mouth.
I wanted to share a short story about a creepy experience I had in my bathroom. LOL. Also, I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I listen on Spotify. Shout out Spotify. Feel free to share on the podcast if you want. So it all started one evening when I was in my bathroom getting the bath ready for my 2-year-old brother.
Aww.
I had felt an uneasy feeling in my stomach, and for some reason, it felt like something was watching me. I felt as if someone/something was sitting on the countertop in the corner of the bathroom behind me. I decided it was best if I walked out and took a deep breath.
When I imagine something or someone, whatever, sitting on the countertop, I'm thinking like a little kid, like a little
Really?
kid swinging their legs on the countertop or
I
something
picture
like
the
that.
same thing that I've seen since like 3rd grade when I feel like something's watching
What's
me.
that?
It's just some fucking dude who's like a hillbilly with like dirty brown hair and stubble and a dirty brown mustache and a white and red plaid shirt and blue jeans and shit kicker boots. I swear to Christ, I was doing homework in 3rd grade by myself downstairs. I thought I heard something by the door, by the basement door, which was to my left.
Nope.
I looked there. There was nothing.
No.
I kept working. I thought I saw something out of the
Nope.
corner of my eye in the yard because we had a glass sliding door and the shades were pulled back, and I thought I saw something. And when I looked up really quick, I looked up and I looked down. And when I looked up, I looked into the yard. And as I started to look down, I realized there was a fucking dude squatting down, staring at me, smiling in a really creepy way. And I looked away and it freaked me the fuck out. And as soon as I looked back up, it was gone. And I was just like, you didn't see that. And I told myself I didn't see that. But every time I've ever felt like something was staring at me, that is what I picture every single time. I pictured it as soon as this email started.
Hillbilly dude.
And the worst part is that I described this to someone in 7th grade, and I started my description, and they finished my description, and they told me they'd seen the same person before. Dead serious. It was the creepiest moment of my life. I've talked about it on the show before. I love that you're an Etch-a-Sketch and you've forgotten about it because you always just have this look of fascination when I tell you something new, which is just for the 3rd time. All right, I'm going to get back to your story now. I apologize for that. So they feel like something is on the corner of the bathroom counter behind them. They decided it was best. They walked out, took a deep breath. I think you're being very mature here. It continues. However, when I got to the door, in parentheses, right next to where I felt the thing/spirit was sitting, it was almost as if I couldn't move and felt like I was walking through something. My vision went black for a short moment and I couldn't breathe. This lasted about 2 to 3 seconds. I turned around and just started saying Jesus' name. This may seem silly to some people, but I am very religious and have had multiple situations before that scared me, and simply saying Jesus' name gave me comfort. One of my best friends emailed us a story that he had never told me before, and it was about sleep paralysis and seeing a sleep paralysis demon, and he started saying the prayer in his head. And I'm pretty sure at the time this happened, he was an atheist, because he had an atheist period that he eventually just like sort of faded back out into religion. And like, I'm pretty sure he wound up like turning back to it because of that moment. So I don't think it's stupid.
No, yeah. I mean, my sister too, when she gets scared, she repeats in Vietnamese instead of English. So, it happens.
No,
People
I think
have those.
there's like that joke. I don't know if you ever seen the movie Major League, but there's the guy who's
a
voodoo guy.
Yeah.
And they're on a plane and like there's lightning and the like plane's having a bunch of turbulence and he like does the sign of the cross on himself. And the guy who's like super religious Christian sees him. He's like, oh, now you come around. He's not fooled. And he like points to the sky. Okay, let's keep going. I went out of the bathroom and looked down the hall to see my mom looking at me like I was an alien. I told her what had happened and I'm not sure if she believed me or not. Anyways, by the time I went back into the bathroom about 5 minutes later, I felt a lot better and didn't feel as scared. I hope you like my story, and I love you guys so much and enjoy listening to your podcast. It's my favorite. Winky face. Thank you so much. Don't feel obligated to share on the podcast if you don't want to. I totally understand how many stories you guys get. We will try and share every single one of them. If your story hasn't been shared in the past, by the way, it's because it came in garbled because of some transmission error or whatever. Yeah. And we try and get back to most of you folks, and we're going to try and get all of those worked out. I think I have like 3 or 4 right now sitting in queue that we had issues on that we're trying to get back to people. Sorry if it was hard to read or if it had a bunch of grammatical errors. Hey, you were part of the episode. After 70 episodes, 71 Storytime episodes that my mom specifically called out as the best written emails that we've ever gotten. So pat yourself on the back. I'm typing this on my phone while in the car on a bumpy road. LOL. Love you guys and keep on creeping on. Tanner. Sorry for clearing my throat.
I was going to say.
They put their last name on there and said how it's pronounced. And I was like, we don't need to include your last name. I don't want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Lots of times Robin tells me not to read the last names.
All right. Cool. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that.
It's a good story.
It's a very good story. It triggered a lot of memories for me.
So I got to hear the story of Adams again, which is great.
I've told her that at least 3 times, no joke. I call her my little Etch-a-Sketch because I'll tell her something, and if I wait long enough, she doesn't remember it at all, and I can tell it to her again, and she's just so excited to hear it. So, all right, let's look over into Stream Chat, see what you wonderful viewers have to say.
Laura Ann says about your thing that you see. Holy hillbilly, that's horrifying.
Right? I mean, I grew up in a pretty hillbilly area, so.
Neon Scars says, heyo, I just woke up from a really bad dream, so that's cool. Hope y'all are good. Happy to finally make a live stream again. Thanks for joining us again. We don't have a lot of viewers on Twitch, so, I mean, Maybe people are confused by what day we do this.
I don't know.
Now,
We're not dropping
I mean,
frames, though. I can tell you that Twitch is actually running, at least from our side, okay. But we don't actually get proper numbers for YouTube anymore. But it seems like we have a decent amount of people over in YouTube. So shout out to our YouTube viewers.
You go read that stuff.
Look in here. What else do we got? Name them after breaded foods: toast, bagel, taco, burrito, etc.
Oh,
that's really
that
cute.
would be a good. There's so many good names.
Jay
dude.
says yes. I fully agree to Karen. So Karen, you have won. Akbar says I haven't recovered from Daruma-san.
Daruma-san's the episode.
The thing you just covered.
Yeah,
I
with
thought it
the
sounded
bathtub
familiar.
game. I think the bathtub game is
Don't
so
do it,
stupid.
man.
Yeah, just
don't do any of
it.
them.
There's SCPs that are similar to that too. I'll have to cover a couple SCPs.
What's an SCP?
They're like kind of Jesus. They're kind of like
You have to make a thing of it every time I cough or clear my throat.
They're kind of like creepypasta, but they're creatures. They're like creepypasta cryptids.
So it's fake.
Pretty sure.
Okay. Anna says, that is very specific, Adam. Yeah, it's burned into my memory for the rest of my life. So what else do we got here? Karen says, whenever people say feels like someone's watching me, I think of The Truman Show. I've never seen The Truman Show.
Oh, what?
Add it to the list.
Oh, what?
Karen says, oh my God, I'm such an Etch-a-Sketch as well. Blanca Bello says, hi. Blanca, we read one of your episodes. We read one of your emails.
Yeah, your stories. Okay. Carly says, oh man, the breaded food theme. Yeah, you should totally do it. I think that'd be super cute.
Akbar says, I can understand using prayer to comfort your own heart. For me, I recite, I'm not going to say that correctly,
the first
Surah
chapter.
Al-Fatah, the first chapter of the Quran. Anna says, when scared, I pray the rosary. Part of Roman Catholic belief is that Mary, who the rosary is dedicated to, was born without original sin, and therefore not even the devil himself could mess with her. That's super cool. I didn't know that. And Anna says, high five for finding comfort in our religious traditions. Good work, everyone. That's why it's not cool to mock anyone's religion, is because, like, only fundamentalists really pull out the evil, awful stuff and try and use it to control people. Like, the vast majority, like 98% of the world, use it for, like, comfort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you're shitting on that, just because you don't believe the same thing or you might not believe anything at all, it's just a really bad thing to do, you know, because it's helping so many people out there. And I just like seeing some of my friends turn to religion. Like some people I never would have thought would become religious. Like I don't mock them for it. I'm just like, cool, man. Like I'm glad you found something that works for you to like lead you down a better path. And not everyone needs that, but some people just have that. You know what I mean? So I just think it's a good thing that you guys all have these different, very different beliefs.
I like that our community is very diverse, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm very proud of it, in fact.
I am very proud of it. Okay, so, wait, are you done?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
Oh, sweet. All right. So, on to my second story of the evening. This one is titled Yo Dogs. You sup, dog?
Yo, dog.
Heidi ho, Adam and Robin.
Wow, hi diddly ho.
God, okay.
You're just like killing this intro to this email. I'm telling you, I have 3 marks on it already.
I first wanted to tell you guys that you're both amazing humans and I absolutely love your podcast.
Thank you.
Have 3 stories for you. One kind of creepy, one just plain weird, and one funny one. I like the variety. It's nice. The creepy one is first. In July of 2017, my family and I went to San Diego. We visited...
San Diego just gives me chills. I'm kind of joking and kind of not, because a friend of the show, Ralph, has told us some like super scary stories about San Diego.
In San Diego?
Yeah.
No.
It was while we were at E3.
We were at E3, yeah.
He told us some haunted San Diego stories that we're going to have to continue covering more of. Sorry.
All right, so we visited SeaWorld, Comic-Con, or the outside of it anyway, and Old Town San Diego. Needless to say, the trip was a lot of fun, but there's something that always stuck with me when we visited Old Town. While my parents went to go look at shops, my older brother and his girlfriend, she's basically family now, wanted to go on the tour of the Whaley House.
I knew the Whaley House was going to come up.
God.
It's been on the tip of my tongue.
The tip of your tongue. I was invited to join my bro and his girlfriend, and so I did. We heard the place was super haunted, and we were wanting to see ghosts. We walked through the whole house, and nothing happened until we got to the courtroom. Just a little bit of background about the layout. After you walk into the house, on your left, you will walk into the convenience store and the courtroom, which are connected to the house. One more detail about the house is that there is nothing above the courtroom besides the roof. Anyway, we walk into the courtroom, and I was a little disappointed not to see anything spooky happen, so me, being an idiot, decides to call out a ghost. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Just I know I get it. Like sometimes you're bored and sometimes you want to see something supernatural, but sometimes you should just leave well enough alone, man.
Yeah. I proceeded to say, I call upon the ghost of Thomas Whaley. You probably didn't say it like that. I'm just kind of obnoxious. At first, nothing happened until I looked at the metal chandelier, and I shit you not, it was slightly rocking back and forth. I asked my bro if he's seeing the chandelier move, and he saw it too. I thought, though, that it was the people upstairs in the room above us that was making that happen.
There is a sign in the Whaley house that says, if this chandelier is rocking, don't come a knocking.
Oh my god.
Not really. Just kidding.
So I didn't put much thought into it after that. We then walked out of the courtroom into the convenience store, and one of the employees was talking to these two girls about how in the room with us was a ghost dog and a ghost cat. The two girls were able to bend down and pet them, and they said it was weird. I didn't buy it for 1 second until my brother turned to his girlfriend and myself and said, guys, my feet are cold!
That's creepy.
What? That means like the cat and dog are like walking past
Or
you
there's like an
something,
air vent
or,
blowing cold air on your feet to make you think
well, or this ghost cat's just like snuggling up to the peeps. Because Arya does that to me all the time.
she's not a ghost cat. She's a living cat, knock on wood.
She's a living cat.
She was living when we came in here. Fingers crossed. She
fuck?
still is.
Okay, there's no way he could be cold because it was 85 degrees in the house, and he does not get cold easily. We asked him how cold his feet are, and he said, it feels like I just walked into a Costco freezer. That's hilarious. If you guys...
Just hearing those words, my nipples are hard.
Because you know it's just so cold. We heard that and left the house after that. We got a good look at the outside of the house from across the street and noticed there was no room above the courthouse and got even more freaked out. We told my parents what happened, and needless to say, they're not going into the Whaley house anytime soon. That's freaking hilarious. I don't want to go there.
I do want to go there because I've covered it. You know, most of the things that I've covered, I do want to go to. Some of the things I cover, I'm like, nah, dog, I'm good.
Next is the weird one. The weird story. I used to date this guy who was interesting, to say the least. At first, he seemed okay, but after dating him and being his girlfriend of 8 months, I found out he was not the best guy for me and he was controlling. It's hard when you spend so much time with someone and then you realize, like, this isn't good for me, and then it's like, I've wasted this entire year. What the fuck? You know?
You gonna name names?
No.
Should I leave the room so you can talk bad about me?
Yeah, dang it. 6 years. I'm so
6
over
years down the goddamn drain.
Jesus, I can't believe it's been that long.
I know.
Okay, so...
We posted a picture on our Instagram story, so it's not on our Instagram feed. For any of you who were, like, you know, quick enough to see it.
Yeah, I posted a picture of baby us.
Yeah, baby us, hashtag skinny us. So.
All right. One thing he claimed he can do is astral project, and he wanted to try it with me. So I did the steps he told me to do in order for him to, quote-unquote, visit me. And
it's like, I'm here with you right now, man.
Yeah, right. He asked me in what position I sleep in, and I told him I slept on my back with my left hand above my head. Why? He then proceeded to tell me he slept the same way, but he was on his stomach and with the right hand above him. I don't know if it was a joke or if this really happened, but honestly weirds me out to this day. And last but not least, the funny one.
I feel like that boyfriend was a little bit full of shit. Probably just trying to mess with you. Because if they told you how they slept before you told them, that's one thing.
Exactly.
But if they told you that after and they were a manipulative person,
then they're just making shit up.
Fucking with you.
Yeah.
Like
he should have said what he was sleeping in first.
Yeah.
I hate weird people
like no, that. You don't. You hate liars.
I hate liars. I hate people that feel like they need to
spice up their life by being full of shit.
Compulsive liars are just so strange.
It is okay to not have a story when someone else tells a story. You don't have to make shit up. We were friends with someone, and I guess kind of still are. It's not very close, but
I
like
hope they're not listening.
That was just constantly having to say stuff because they felt like they needed to always have a story. And it's like one day in your life has to go by where there's not some like substantial event where something amazing happened. You know what I mean? And I think that people feel like this social pressure where they need to always have something interesting. And it's like my best friends, the closest friends I have, you know what makes them my closest friends? We can sit down, watch TV, and not say a word for hours and just enjoy each other's company. And you don't feel that pressure where you have to make shit up or talk about something or be on for that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how hanging out with Gabriella was. Like I would go over to her house and we would just sit there and we would just watch TV. or make stupid music videos. I don't know. We did a lot of funny, ridiculous things, but we didn't have to do anything super crazy.
And those same friends are the people who you could have like a road trip with for like 4 hours and never turn the radio on because conversation just comes so naturally that you just talk the entire time. You don't feel the need to make shit up. You can just talk about stuff. And I feel like people that are not authentic, that have to like make shit up like this astral projection guy, never get to experience that because they're too busy lying out their ass. And I'm talking about this road trip because me and Garrett went on a road trip one time. We never turned the radio on.
Shout out to Garrett.
All the way down, all the way back. He did have to stop at a Wendy's on the way back so I could throw up because I was super drunk. So shout out to Garrett. Anyways, let's get back to that email.
Anyway, last but not least, the funny one. One night, I woke up to the sound of an alarm beeping and thuds coming from my living room. In my sleepy state, I proceeded to grab my phone and look at the time. You guessed it, it was 3 in the fucking morning. I heard my dad
Good dramatic read, Robin.
Thanks. I heard my dad go downstairs and freaked out. He came back upstairs and went back to his and my mom's room. I could not sleep for the rest of the hour, so I prayed to God for an hour straight and put on some Sunday sermons on YouTube. At 4 a.m., I managed to go back to sleep knowing that my guardian angels have my back. I asked my dad in the morning if he heard what I heard last night. Turns out my dad triggered it and went to turn it off so it would not wake up my mom and myself. He turned it back on when he went to bed. That was the beeping I heard, and him walking up the stairs were the thuds. So my house is not haunted, but I know I have my dad, my guardian angels, always protecting me. Thank you, spooky friends, for taking the time to read this email, and I hope you guys have a phenomenal day. Keep on creeping on, little Java Bean.
Thank you for sending that in, Little Java Bean. That's really good. I really like your last story
really
especially too. So that's awesome. I think a lot of times most of our ghosts are really just our family members or our friends that are doing something silly and stupid at a really random time for some reason that you just cannot figure out. And then they tell you later like, oh no, like I was on the roof at 4 a.m. chasing a bird. And you're like, you're an idiot. Stop doing that. So I just go back to that store where the lights were flickering. And it was like the two brothers sleeping in opposite rooms that were like trying to turn the light off and it was turning off on their own. There was just like crossed wires. It's a really good story. Okay, let's look over in stream chat and see what you folks had to say. Etzley had to take off. Etzley said, I got a jet, but hopefully I'll BRB. Bye. Kat says, Twitch seems to be 2 seconds behind for me. I made some adjustments to our YouTube stream because it's been so broken lately. Because I've like had to restart the stream when we're about to go into the broadcast like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And it should be streaming as close to live as possible instead of like a 2 to 10 second delay. So I don't think I can do that with Twitch. But who knows? I can play around with it a little bit. I haven't really had the opportunity to play around with stuff while we're live in a very long time. So maybe it's time for a video game live stream.
Oh, yeah.
I can play around with some settings maybe. We can have some like good competition going on. I don't know.
Super Smash.
I think Super Smash is overdue. We should probably have Ralph over for that too. Ralph was on a goddamn showcase for Fortnite, and he met all these celebrities. It was like a pro-am. He met like the kid from Walking Dead, Chandler Riggs.
He met the kid from Shazam.
I always forget his name. He's the brother that has on crutches. He's also from It. He's so good in both of those movies.
It?
Yeah, he's Eddie. No, he's not Eddie. Is he Eddie? He's Eddie. He's Eddie. He's the kid that's the hypochondriac whose mom doesn't let him go out. He breaks his arm. The scene in that movie when he breaks his arm and he's like screaming at the kids that are trying to set his arm like, don't fucking touch me. That is so real. Like that is like me and my brother and my friends growing up where you get hurt and they try and fix you and you're like, don't fucking touch me. I laughed so hard during that scene.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, he got to meet him and a bunch of other like famous people. And then like YouTube and Twitch streamers. It was super cool. Ralph is an awesome guy, and like just like good things happened to Ralph because of that. Yeah. He totally deserves all of it.
Carly says, my best friend visited from Ohio a few years back, and we ended up spending the first day napping on the couch.
That's awesome.
That's the best.
That is awesome.
Wo Moth says, shout out to the angel homies out there guarding our dumbasses.
Two-tapper.
100%, because what blows my mind the most, I think, of some of the things that I don't die from is when you space out while you're driving.
You just wind up where you're going.
You wind up where you need to be. And it's like, how does that... It's like, your brain is capable of a lot of things, you know?
You space out pretty often, too.
Yeah.
Like, we were supposed to be watching these videos that are going to get posted soon. And we're supposed to be watching it to see if it was how we wanted because Liz had done the editing. And I'm, like, watching it, like, cool. And I look over at Robin, and she's, like, not watching the screen, but, like, the keyboard. And I'm like, hello? And she's like, sorry, I just totally spaced out for like 5 minutes there. I was like, okay, cool.
I have an attention deficit disorder. It's really hard for me to pay attention.
It's very true. I got some stuff over here. Looks like Karen says, yeah, I finally won something in life because I said that she won the naming conventions. It's a really good name. Kiana says, one time I was at my cousin's house in Idaho. Her backyard was an acre of tall gold hay grass, and I swore I saw a freaking clown watching me. Seriously had an it moment.
Yeah, fuck that.
That is terrifying. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you love your cousin or not, but I would never go see them again, even as an adult. Karen says, Adam, how have you never seen The Truman Show? You disgrace. It'll bring a new light to paranoia. That is hilarious. I've never been called a disgrace before. Pretty fucking good.
It's the first time for everything.
Pretty good burn. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Taylor says, Adam must watch Truman Show.
It's really good.
Kiana says, San Diego, woot woot. Anna says, convenience store next to the courtroom. How convenient. That's very good. Cat Beatrix, childhood fear, getting stuck in a Costco freezer. Wow.
Childhood goals, getting to be in Costco after it's closed and spending all night in there.
I would eat all the fruit roll-ups. They would come in and be like, there's a dead kid here and an empty box, like 20 empty boxes of fruit roll-ups.
Oh my gosh, I'd be shoving that Caesar salad down my throat, eating all the chicken bakes. Just, oh my God.
Karen says, I have expected a gavel to bang when they, quote, called the ghost of Thomas Whaley. That's funny.
That would have been cool.
Karen says, oh, when you know who you want to grow old and chubby with. LOL, JK. It's totally true, though. Anna says, I hate to be on for people. That's why I hid from my coworkers today. Seriously, like, they always ask me to lunch at my new job. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Because I don't want to go to lunch and still maintain my, like, outgoing persona. It's like, let me introvert for an hour of my day and just leave me alone so I can listen to Adventure Zone in peace.
Elf Huntress says, hey guys, sorry I'm late. Thank you for joining us. Laura Ann says good evening to Elf Huntress. Carly says, seriously, The Truman Show gave me such a weird fear when I was a kid. It's such a good movie that is just, oh my gosh.
I tried to watch it once and Robin's like, no, it's too much. I don't want to watch it right now. She wasn't in a Truman Show mood.
Yeah, it's a very good movie, but it's so much happens in it. And, oh man. Poor dude. It's just so good.
Glitch says smash. So I think we know what we're going to play.
Are we playing that tonight?
No.
Oh.
Not tonight. I have to do the editing after this and post that video. It's too much. Glitch says he met Carl, except it's got O's in it, so I thought it was Carol at first. Yeah. When he posted him in a picture with Chandler Riggs, I immediately posted a meme of Carl, of him just sitting there like eating the pudding like, I hope he showed it to him. He probably didn't. Did you guys do Amityville House? We have covered Amityville House. I covered it like 30 episodes ago, I think. Karen says, people have died in wars serving our country. I'll probably go out slipping in the bathtub. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm going to go out in some weird, stupid way that doesn't make any sense. I'm always afraid I'm going to poke my eye out on things. Like, like when you lean over and stuff at the store and there's pegs sticking out of the wall.
Yeah.
I'm always afraid I'm going to poke my eye out.
I've stabbed myself in the eye very hard to the point where I couldn't see for a couple of minutes. And I was like, I knew a kid, like when I was 7, who was playing baseball. The ball went into the woods. He ran in there, bent down to get it. A stick went right into his eye. Swear to God, he has one eye. To this day. It's like he has one real eye and one glass eye. And, like, I remember hearing about it being like, that's bullshit. He rode my bus, and that was 100% real. I was like, oh, my God.
If I lose an eye, I'm going to wear the coolest eye patch. It's going to be like a character from an anime. I'm just going to wear that stupid eye patch all the time. I'm not going to go for the glass eye route. I'm going to go for the cool anime eye patch route.
Interesting. I just saw your fingers on your side, and I thought it was a bug. I was like, ugh. Karen says, in quotes, help me, I'm being spontaneous. Don't know what that's from. So it might be a Truman Show thing. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Cool.
All right.
Good stuff. So, I'm done with my YouTube stuff. I believe you're next. Or no, I'm next. You just went. So stop trying to steal my stuff.
What?
It's me though, right? I'm next. Correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you have stuff over there to read? I don't want to jump in front of you.
Carly just says, I didn't look in the mirror while brushing my teeth for like 6 months after watching it. Cat Beatrix says, it just confirmed my belief that someone's always watching. And Ace Monster also agrees they have the worst paranoia about their eyes. Wow. So yeah, losing eyes is a scary thing.
It is.
All right,
let's not go over the whole like which limb would you most like to lose, because then you have to start thinking about like living without all of them. So
yeah, no thanks.
Good stuff. Good talk, folks. I'm gonna move on to my last email, my last homegrown horror of the show, and it starts out like this. Well, hello there, Adam and Robin.
Well, hello there.
Hello there. It's Erica writing you with the spooky stories I promised from my job in my last email.
Oh, shit.
You can absolutely use these on the pod. I look forward to hearing your reactions and comments. Big smiley face. Of course, I click the thing to scroll it down, and of course it just jumps to the top because I hate it. All right.
It hates you.
I know it hates me.
I hate you.
I hate you too. Okay.
Get there.
Shut up. I hate you so much. Here we go. I'll start off by saying I work overnight shifts cleaning in a hospital. Dear God, I'm already scared. I love my job, even if it can be gross on occasion. LOL. Anyway, since it is a late night shift, most areas I clean are closed and I am alone. Creepy already, right?
Yeah. Alone overnight in a hospital.
Yeah.
It's just all of the nope
surrounded by
things.
ghosts.
Yeah, all of the nope things.
I'm sure me listening to your podcast sometimes intensifies the creep factor, but I love you guys so much. It doesn't really bother me. That's very sweet. I'll try and section these as there are multiple stories, some from me and some I've heard from my coworkers. Sounds good. Story number 1. My first paranormal experience at work happened maybe 3 or 4 months after I started.
All right.
I was cleaning away, jamming to some sweet, sweet tunes. I really was hoping you'd tell us which tunes. When I thought I heard a shriek of some sort from the hallway just outside the lab I was in. I will say that I always only have one earbud in so that I can hear any alerts that come over the speaker system.
All right.
And I also don't want some other employee cutting through the area to scare the shit out of me. It's very smart. Anyway, I paused my music and listened. I didn't hear anything, so I assumed I imagined it. Just as I was about to turn my music back on, I heard it again. Not super loud, but it sounded like a woman letting out a shriek. I poked my head.
Creepy.
It is creepy. I was thinking like, or me, because I shriek very loudly when I'm scared sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah. You haven't seen it yet. It's a good thing.
Okay.
Maintain my cool for a while. Like, I put cool in quotes. I poked my head in the hall and saw no one. I know this wasn't anyone. Let's try that again. I know this wasn't anyone walking by in an exterior hallway because the lab has noisy machines going all the time, so no way I would have heard it from where I was. I was about to get back to work, just thinking my sleep-deprived brain was playing tricks, when I got this overwhelming feeling of dread. It felt like someone or something was standing right next to me, just glaring at me. All the hair on my arms and neck stood up. I was so freaked out. I wanted to say fuck it and bolt. Somehow I managed to gather enough courage to finish cleaning as quickly as possible and get out of there. I didn't mention it to my coworkers because I didn't want them to tease me. It sucks that your coworkers are so not supportive that you couldn't tell them that you had a ghastly experience like that. But I kind of understand it, especially since you've only been there for 3 or 4 months in this email before it happened, that you might not know the comfort level of like, hey, I just had something really creepy happen to me. So, okay, moving on. Story number 2. This next story occurred in another area in which I was cleaning by myself and no one else was anywhere nearby. Of course it did.
It's like they wait.
They do. If you're a ghost, you just want to scare people when they're by themselves. If they're with someone, they don't get as scared. It's just the way it works. I had just come back from my lunch break and was about to begin cleaning the area when I thought I heard footsteps. I knew I should be alone, but just in case, I did a walkthrough of the small area and saw no one. I shrugged it off and began my work. A few minutes later, I heard footsteps again. As I was listening for the steps, I heard my name whispered from maybe a few feet behind me.
That.
My blood ran cold and I froze. I was too scared to turn around. As I was having an internal argument about whether to turn around or not, I heard my name whispered again, this time right in my ear.
No. Oh, no.
I whirled around and, of course, there was no one there. Cue the massive anxiety attack. I called my supervisor, freaking out, and told him what happened, hoping he wouldn't think I was nuts. He was very understanding and said very casually, "Oh yeah, the hospital has spirits everywhere." Holy shit, maybe mention that during orientation or something like that. That is super creepy.
Super scary, dude.
Story number 3. This story may sound familiar because when the event occurred, I was so freaked out I shared the abridged version to the Scarish Facebook group. I still wanted to include it and add the details. I was in the same area from story number 2. I was in the restroom, funny number 2, and as I was finishing up washing my hands, stop striking me, I heard the bathroom door shake like someone was trying to open it. I cannot stand when someone tries to get into the bathroom when you're in there. I could also see it moving in the mirror. Because, like, if you're in a public restroom or at work and someone's trying to get in, you're like, can I just use the bathroom in peace? I thought you meant
like me when I like to rattle the knob while you're in there.
Rattle the knob. And by that, she means just enter it and leave the door open when she's bored with my presence. I could also see it moving in the mirror since the door was behind me. I thought this was weird because no one should be around, but still called out, "Someone's in here." As I was drying my hands, I turned around and the whole door began shaking back and forth pretty roughly. It was then I noticed the handle was not jiggling. The whole door itself was shaking.
What the F?
Good thing I had already peed or I might have had an accident.
My God.
That's hilarious. About 10 to 15 seconds of sheer terror, the door finally stopped moving. I unlocked the door and slowly opened it, and there was no one there. I think my heart stopped for a few seconds. Once I could breathe again, I made myself walk the area again and still saw no one. The hallway outside the area was empty too. There was only one door anyone could have come in, and it's right by the bathroom. It's a big, heavy double door, so I would have heard someone come in. An hour or so later, I was on my way to another area and was passed in the hall by some nurses rolling a corpse to the morgue. Not unusual in a hospital, but given the experience I had right before, it seemed way too eerie to be coincidence. Now we're going to move on into coworker stories. These I won't go into great detail. I'll just list the experiences my coworkers have had in various areas of the hospital. My supervisor has had the most experiences. Everything from footsteps when no one is around, hearing his name called, and curtains billowing out on their own with no air conditioning or breeze to blame. His scariest one occurred when my second and third stories took place. He was shoved by an unseen force hard enough to make them take a few steps back. Other coworkers have experienced voices, bangs, and feeling like they're being watched in many areas of the hospital. I'll wrap it up by saying I don't think these experiences are anything demonic. It's a hospital. People die here. It would be silly to think there would never be spirits here.
Right.
I know this was a long one, but I hope you all enjoyed my stories. Sending much love your way. Keep on creeping on, Erica.
Erica, those stories are so cool. I'd be so scared to keep working there. If I were you and I had experienced those things, I would have been like, I can find another job. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, they are terrifying. They're really, really good stories. Thank you for sharing it.
Yeah, thank you
Tell
so much.
your coworkers and your boss to listen to us and send us their stories because I really want to hear your supervisor stories.
That bathroom story reminded me of a time when I used to work at Borders. Before they closed down, okay? And
it's a ghost town in itself.
And I had a coworker named Eric, and we would hang out a lot, right? He was my super gay friend. He was great. And one day I was in the bathroom, right? Our store was in a mall. So I went to the bathroom or the restroom, and I was doing my business, whatever. And he comes in while I'm in there. This is late at night, I feel like. It must have been because I was scared out of my mind. He came in there as I was pulling the door to the stall open to go wash my hands, and he does the like making a loud noise and slamming something, and I just lost my shit. I got so scared where I ran back up against the wall and pinned my arms against the sides, like not knowing what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean?
You're such a scaredy cat.
And I was so scared. So scared.
She came home today, and I was standing on like our balcony for our second floor, and she came in. She was saying hi to my mom. I was like, "Is that you? Are you home?" And I heard her like feet scatter a bit, and then her gasp, and I'm like, "Did you really just get scared? We're on two separate floors." She's like, "I know. That's why it's so scary." You're ridiculous.
My coworkers now have gone to pretty great lengths to try not to scare me while I'm sitting there. The other day, I think it was last week or the week before that, but my coworker came in and scared me, and I freaked out, obviously, and they're just like, seriously? I literally like stomped and said your name before I came in.
She never notices. Ever.
It's just like I'm focused doing my thing, and so I don't pay attention to my environment. And so I always
Batman
get
and
scared.
Sherlock Holmes would be so disappointed.
They would be.
I
very
tell her that
disappointed.
all the time. I'm like, you never pay attention to your environment. All right, let's look over into stream chat. See what you folks had to say. I saw you furiously typing. I thought you were banning someone, and then I noticed that it says the Robin Grace has redeemed Twitch follow, and then in quotations the Robin Grace. I don't know what magic you're playing at over there, but you keep your secrets.
No, I'm just trying to use all my souls. Okay, so if you are watching us on Twitch, Twitch will periodically give you what we have called souls, and they're just little credits, right? And the more you watch, the more souls you collect. And if you go to redeem souls on Twitch, there are different options. So you could be a mod for a day. You could get us to follow you on Twitter. You can get us to follow you on Twitch. You can get us to give you a shout out on Twitch. Or you can ask us questions. So if you have a bunch of souls that are just sitting there, you can use them for those. Just saying.
There you go. And now you know.
So I made Adam hopefully follow me later.
I'm pretty sure we already follow you.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah. Blanca Bello says, I thought I was the only one who felt like my restroom was creepy, but the other day my daughter told me, Mom, close your restroom. It feels creepy. I don't know why it feels like someone is watching you. And then Kat says,
burn it?
What? I hope you have other toilets to use. And Karen says, LOL, if some spirit pops my personal bubble, I'm going to break out the karate, a.k.a. me flailing my limbs. Karate. A.k.a. me flailing my limbs like there's no tomorrow. Any stuff over there in Twitch?
Oh, sorry. I'm like reading your stuff.
Always reads my stuff. She tries to act like she doesn't do it when we're doing the topic episodes, and I'll be like telling my story and like checking her out to see if she's going to react to it. And I look over at her and her eyes are like reading my next bullet point and like spoiling it for her. And I'm just like, stop doing that. She's like, I'm not doing it.
I really don't, though.
She has done it in the past. She 100% has done it in the past and admitted to it and laughed.
Okay. Carly says, I'd have to quit after working in a place that has so many ghosts. Ghosts. Woma says, I gotta head out later, folks. See you later. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Read your stuff.
I got a couple more things. Give me one sec. All right. Kat Beatrix says, oh my God, I have to cover for my coworker next week at that creepy old facility again. No. Go Facebook Live if something happens. Kiana says, just make your personal bubble out of holy water and soap. And Carrie says, I was listening to you guys and a coworker came up behind me. I screamed so loud that almost everyone in the office came to see what happened.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious. Good advertising, too. Hopefully you told them all about our show and they're like, I want to listen to it, too. But seriously, though, sorry that we got you so on edge that someone scared the shit out of you. So, but luckily, not literally. So that's a good thing.
All right.
Like she didn't poop her pants is what I'm saying.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn. It's the final one. Give us that nice final transition.
That beautiful bean footage.
Yes. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay. So this final email of the night is titled, May the 4th be with you. 4th. May the 4th be with you. JK, it's April. Use on Storytime.
I was going to say, I didn't think
JK, it's June.
I didn't think we're on May stories yet.
All right. Dear Robin and Adam. Dear you.
Wow.
I have not heard you cover this subject before, but I wanted to share with you the imaginary friend that my daughter used to have, and, despite being 10, still affirms that comes around, albeit rarely these days. Wow. That's creepy. So they're 10 years old and still has this imaginary friend that shows up every once in a while.
It's pretty creepy.
All right. To be honest, I never experienced an imaginary friend, though, when I was growing up alone in the country. I desperately had wanted one.
Aww.
So, given that point of view, I tend to worry about my daughter whenever she mentions seeing her friend or seeing orbs, even though her father doesn't think it's an issue. Oh my gosh. My tongue is not working right now. Anyway, her imaginary friend that she has seen since she was very little, maybe 3, is named Black Bones.
Black Bones. What a name. Shout out to MMeadows89 who just resubscribed for the 9th month using their Twitch Prime. Robin, really quickly, jump in here and tell us about Twitch Prime.
Twitch Prime. Twitch.amazon.com. If you have an Amazon Prime account and you have a Twitch account, they're free to make if you don't have one. You can connect the two accounts for free. And Amazon for free. And Amazon gives you a free subscription that you can use every 30 days to subscribe to whatever channel you want.
Like the Scary-ish podcast channel.
Yes, like
so
us.
Basically, give us $5 free from Amazon's pockets once a month.
It's like you saving $5 on your Amazon Prime subscription. Think about it. It's great.
And also giving us $5. We'd appreciate it. Lots of folks have signed up and done it. Please do so. Let's get back to that story.
All right. All I can think of is beautiful bean footage. All right. So this imaginary friend is named Black Bones. And not in the fun pirate kind of way, but in the walking skeleton with sharp teeth, snakes for hair, red fire eyes, and completely blackened.
What the fuck? That's terrifying.
When she was young, she'd tell me he was the only good member of his family, and the rest of his family, father, mother, and brother, had huge mouths they'd use for eating children. What?
A child's imagination, folks. It's the purest thing in the world.
Black Bones, however, was good, protected her, and was her friend. And the older she got, the less his family came around her vicinity.
Shout out to Black Bones. Good job.
The last time I was present when she saw him was when she was 8, and she said that he was in the alley behind our house, just ahead of us.
I mean, that's just a good place to hang out, right? Alleys behind people's houses are always the most wholesome places to do things.
She spoke briefly with him and then turned to me and said that Black Bones would be leaving for a while because he and his girlfriend were moving to China to get married. What?
Just message to Black Bones. You don't have to go to China to get married, bro.
Either this is real or this 8-year-old has the biggest imagination ever. Anyway, but, she said, he'll be back again to see me.
But when?
What
That's the question. This is like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
And then it continues, #fuck that. Honestly, I don't know what is normal for imaginary friends, and I'm open to input. My daughter is otherwise very healthy, curious, and smart child, testing the highest in her class, and honestly seemed so unconcerned about her terrifying friend. Keep on creeping on. P.S. Has anyone else experienced a breathing phenomenon? I mean, where you can clearly hear breathing even when you're alone and holding your breath? Or have I just been lucky throughout my life? Is there a name for this phenomenon? Regards, Muriel.
It's called ghosts or demons.
Yeah.
We've had people email in that say they hear breathing in their ears, but it's usually attached to some form of paranormal experience or something that's been like following them for a long period of time. Not saying that's the case with you. Maybe it's just one of those phantom sounds.
I know Adam breathes really loud, but he doesn't realize he's breathing loud, and
She just thinks I'm breathing really loud.
He doesn't hear it.
If I like have a moment where I like inhale deeply because I'm thinking internally about work, she's like, "You okay?"
No.
I'm like, "I'm fine."
No. He'll be editing sometimes, and he has his headphones on, and all I hear is, and I'm just like, "You okay there, buddy?"
It's also like 95 fucking degrees in this place, so yeah, it gets a little steamy in here, and I need to take some deep breaths. So that'll happen. In your case, I think it's more of like a phantom sound. Some people have like phantom like vibrations. Some people always think their phones are going off.
Yeah.
Have you ever met someone like that? So maybe that's it. Or demons. Like, I can't really tell you one way or the other definitively. So
the imaginary friend thing, I don't think her having an imaginary friend is unhealthy whatsoever. I know my niece has one, and she seems totally fine.
I feel like it's a product of a very creative mind.
Yes.
And the more creative the mind, the more elaborate the backstory.
Right. And I mean, my niece says that, well, she's come up with some games that we've played before where she's like, my entire family's dead, and I'm the only one that survived.
Right? You think you're going to play, like, a tea party with her, and then all of a sudden it's, like, post-apocalyptic wasteland?
Yeah, and you're just like, what?
And she was 4 at the time, so it's like, why do you think these things? And she ever watches is, like, wholesome stuff on Netflix. So.
And so it's just mind-blowing. It's weird.
Yeah. Kids say the darndest things,
they
I
do.
hear.
Anyway.
Kids say the creepiest shit ever is what it should really be called.
Yep. Okay. So, to the stream chat.
Cool. I'll read mine, and then I'm gonna
why don't you set up marbles?
I'm gonna read mine, and then I'm gonna get marbles on stream set up, and then while I'm doing that, Robin can read hers.
All right. I only have one thing. Laura Ann says, "Yep, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight."
That's hilarious.
Yeah. We've had good stories tonight.
This is a really good episode. Not a whole lot of people over there in Twitch, so I'm imagining everyone's watching on YouTube. So while I read these things, switch over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast if you'd like to join in for marbles on stream. So I don't have a ton of stuff. Go ahead.
All right. So every live stream that we do, at the end of our live streams, we play this game called Marbles on Stream. We do 2 races. Everyone gets a marble that types in, !play or whatnot. And the winners of each race get me to send them some sticker swag. So the winners of last week, I literally have your stickers all packaged up and are set to get mailed out. And they'll probably get mailed out with the ones that win tonight.
This batch.
So, yeah.
They'll be going out with this batch.
How to speak English.
I'm going to get to my YouTube chat now so I can set up the game. That would have been a great thing to say while I was setting up the game. I don't know why you jumped the gun. Glitch Grim says, it's lightning like every 2 seconds. Fun to watch as I listen. That's kind of terrifying. Cat Beatrix says, LOL. Kiana says, gotta walk my Omen Bulldog in the nice San Diego breeze. Bye, guys. Enjoy. Cat Beatrix says, hug the Omen baby for me. Karen says, Blackbone's got himself a girl. And Esmeralda says, LOL. Karen says, LOL, is there a name for this phenomenon? Yeah, it's called ghosts. Just being real. Cat Beatrix says, I just had an imaginary puppy as a kid. Holy crap. That's adorable. Blanca Bella said, I would always catch my daughter talking to herself. When I paid attention, I heard her fighting. She would say, no, she is not your mother. She is my mother. I would ask her who she was talking to. She would never tell me. She would just walk away.
Oh my gosh. That is scary.
That's terrifying. Karen says, I never had an imaginary friend. I was a lonely gal, although hearing some of these stories, that might be a good thing. You're absolutely right. It might be a good thing. I never had an imaginary friend as a kid. My friends and I would make up things to fight. You know what I mean? But it was we never thought they were real. We were always just playing a game or whatever. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get Marbles on Stream set up.
Mobiles. Yeah, so if you folks are on YouTube right now watching, jump over to twitch.tv/scaryishpodcast. Creating a Twitch account is completely free. And like we said, if you have an Amazon Prime account, go to twitch.amazon.com. You can link the two. Twitch Prime gives you a whole bunch of free goodies. You get a bunch of digital stuff for video games. I've gotten multiple loot boxes from Overwatch, which is awesome. They give away Fortnite stuff sometimes. At Neverwinter, they've given away quite a few different things.
Pretty much every game you can think of has had something involved. If you play Heroes of the Storm, you can get some different skins, League of Legends, shit like that.
Yeah, so if you guys want to do that and subscribe to us, we would love to take Amazon's free $5 dues. And it would definitely help us out a lot with keeping the podcast going.
Have to download a patch for Marbles on Stream.
Oh, okay.
It's patched every week now. So
if you've never joined us for the live streams where we've played Marbles on Stream, Marbles on Stream is just a game where you guys press !play, you get a marble in the game, and it's just a race. You just watch your marble go down these certain tracks. We get to vote on tracks, so everyone gets to vote on tracks and stuff. And oh, did you put it up already?
Yep, and now you can go ahead and do that. So the voting process works like this. There are tracks that are being listed right here. If you type in !vote and then a space and then the number that corresponds to your track, your vote is counted by Twitch. You can only do this in Twitch. They haven't made it for YouTube yet. So like Robin was saying, if you're in YouTube, go ahead and switch over. It's weird that it's telling me to sign in right now. So we're going to go ahead and do that.
Badger asked if there's any Tetris skins or loot boxes. I haven't seen Tetris. There's right now I'm looking through, there's Magic the Gathering, there's StarCraft 2. I missed that one, dang it. Call of Duty Black Ops 3, World of Tanks.
Black Ops 4.
4, World of Tanks, RuneScape, and League of Legends. Those are the top ones that I'm scrolling through right now. So it's pretty cool. Oh, look, Nintendo Switch Online membership, if you guys want to do that.
Pretty
available for a limited time with Prime until September. It's a very long limited time. But seriously, twitch.amazon.com. Just link your Amazon Prime account. If you don't have Amazon Prime, on scaryish.com, if you go to the bottom, you can get 30-day free membership of Amazon Prime through our affiliation link.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
We should have put that in the actual episode.
Oh.
We'll say that at some point in a future episode.
Yep.
So right now, in the lead is Bongo Boogie, which is
that is cute.
Pretty good name for a track, I will say.
What number is that?
I think it's 47, not quite sure. We got a lot of stuff at 1. Bongo Boogie, I think, is at 4 right now. So anyone in Twitch, !vote, space, then the number that corresponds to your track. We'll get all these votes totaled up. And if there's a tie, we're just going to go with random. But if there's not a tie, we're going to go with the majority, which right now is Bongo Boogie, which indeed is 47. It has 5 votes. I think everything that's close to it only has 2 votes. Now it has 6. So we're going to wait for just a bit.
It went from 2 to 6?
We'll probably launch it.
Hilarious.
No, it went from 4 to 6.
Oh.
I said the other things have 2.
Oh.
So that's words.
Forward.
Looks like some conversation still going on over there on YouTube. So I'm going to read that before I start this race.
Ooh, I see a new person voting that I've never seen before. Shining Bassy. Hey.
Shiny.
You're shiny. I hope the scriptory is on here. If you're not, shame on you.
If you're not, fuck you.
She's my sister, so she's the one that's edited all our videos. After this, I think I will post the Patreon Storytime episode. So
you're gonna do the YouTube stuff?
No, I said I'll post the Patreon one.
Oh, you're gonna do the other one. Cool.
Isn't that all I do is just post it to Patreon and I'm done?
I don't know. Okay, so TARDIS Hunter over there on YouTube says, same, my siblings always saw people, but I never did. I used to be sad, but now I'm pretty thankful for that. Karen says, I know, right? Cat Beatrix says, who is she talking to? Karen says, but I mean at the same time, if kids can describe in detail what they look like, they must be able to see them. Shame the kids. I think it's a shame. A shame the kids don't realize that they're not there. Karen says, what if you had someone who you thought were your friends and slowly over time you forgot about them? Who's to say that they never really were there? That's really sad.
What?
Maybe everyone just had normal looking imaginary friends and they just didn't realize it. Way to blow everyone's mind. All right. Bongo Boogie is in the lead. So we're going to go with Bongo Boogie over here for the race.
I just messaged my sister to join marbles. Thank you so much, Glitch.
Shout out to Glitch who just subscribed for the 4th time.
Blah,
You
blah,
are
blah.
the shit.
So,
Exclamation point play right now if you would like to get your marble on stream and join the race.
So I was thinking of making Ikumi Nakamura our new little GIF thingamajig that pops up when people subscribe or something like that, because I totally want the sound clip of her saying spooky and the little GIF of her doing her little hand movement. And if anyone could help us out with that, that'd be great.
She hasn't even given me a chance to get this done yet. She requested it last night. So I've had a grand total of 45 minutes to sit down and try and get this going. But yeah, if anyone wants to get us a GIF of that, I don't know if they exist out there, of clear background, her going spooky. I can find the audio for sure myself. But all right, how many balls do we have in here? We have 17 marbles that have joined. And if you have one, it's over here and it's going to be listed. If you have not joined yet, I'm going to give you guys about 30 more seconds to jump in. So good stuff. Excuse me.
You're not excused.
I'm never excused. I always get yelled at for being sick.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up with that?
We're stuck with, I don't know, let's just have a really shitty partner or something like that who gets offended at the fact that I get sick. Well, as soon as they get a fucking headache, like, can you get me medicine and also some rice and beans? And then I also was hoping that you could warm this up for me. Yeah, that's right. No words, just a flapping jaw of like, yeah, I guess you're right. All right, I'm going to click start.
So if you are on YouTube, hop on over twitch.tv/ScarishPodcast. Get some free swag if you win.
Right now, the world record for this track is 53 seconds, so it does not take that long to finish. Going to click start. You have 10 seconds to join from this moment right now.
Can you say Bongo Boogie like that song?
What song?
Isn't it like Jungle Boogie?
It's Jungle Boogie, yeah.
Yeah, so say it like that song.
Bongo Boogie.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Hope you enjoyed that.
Thank you.
And away we go. Meadows almost died immediately. Abe's monster dropped to the very bottom initially, and then we have just a cluster behind him. So we'll see.
Or them.
Them. We'll go with them. Shining Bassie is catching up. I think a lot of people are about to die, but we'll see what happens here. Yep, I'm guessing we're going to get a lot of death here. So Abe's monster has made it. Spooky Flea made it. The Robin Grace, Elf Huntress. Everyone pretty much is making it. So no death yet. We'll see who can make their way through this weird clusterfuck we got going on. I will say, looks like Amanda has passed away. Or I should just say been eliminated. Because Robin doesn't like that. Abe's monster, Spooky Flea, Blanca Bello, Glitch Graham. You guys are all kind of in the lead.
How has only one marble
been eliminated? I don't know. Everyone's doing pretty well this episode. This is a pretty exciting race, in fact. We have a lot of folks that are contesting for number one. And there's a lot of acceleration going on here. If you hit the thing the right spot, you're going to make it. Blanca Bello's in first place. And congratulations,
the winner.
Blanca Bello. You got a story read tonight, and you also won. Glitch, you were an eyelash away from winning. Shining Bassie and Albrain have been eliminated, and people are just starting to fall in little by little here. So we'll see if we lose anyone else. There goes Carly. Sorry, Carly. There's another race. Don't worry about it.
So Blanca Bello, message us or email us storytime@scariest.com and let us know what items you were looking forward to, and I'll see what I have left because stock is limited. Stock is limited,
but we'll find something for you. I don't know what energy is. Bless you. See how I said bless you instead of like, God, you're so annoying. But it looks like some of these folks are really powering up to Super Saiyan very soon. So
wow, Glitch is already at
11 points. Elf Huntress is at 9. So is Mike. Amanda is at 6. Everyone's doing pretty well right now. So we're going to move into the second race of the night, which is also the final race of the night. if it'll let me. Cool. Here we go. Exclamation point vote space and then the number that corresponds to what you want to race. It keeps showing me ads for our channel on my phone when I try and go and subscribe or just go on here to play. I can still type in the chat, but it's really annoying because it just keeps cycling to a new ad.
Esmia Torres, thank you for following us.
Shout out. I think that's Esmeralda Torres from the other one too. Appreciate it.
What map do I want? I don't know. I can't really read on my screen. They're small. Let's see.
What a wonderful song you just sang.
Thanks. Oh, I know which one.
Yeah, it just doesn't go live. It just... New commercial. Thanks, Twitch app. Thanks a bunch. Whatever. It's okay. Don't need to see it. Just need to be able to type. So, we got the Marble Mill. Shout out to Spooky Zora, who just subscribed. Message of, woo! 4 subscriptions. Thank you so much. We sincerely appreciate all the support we get from you folks. So the Marble Mill is in the lead right now with the most votes at 6 votes. That's a lot. And our reigning champion has voted for it as well, which is the tiebreaker. If we wind up tied, we probably won't. Let's be real about that. So if anyone else has a vote they want to cast, please do so quickly because we're going to move on with Marble Mill if we don't have a contender soon. So Spooky Zora says, I made it just in time for the last marbles. Very glad that you arrived just in time. So jump on in. Spooky Zora has also voted for the Marble Mill. So I think that's the one we're going to go with. I'm going to let it scroll to the bottom. We'll see how many votes it got. And then we'll get going. What you doing over there, Robin?
Oh, I'm looking at all the other paid tiers for Twitch subscriptions. Because not only is there the $5 tier, which is tier 1, there's tier 2 and tier 3, which gives you more emotes to use during streams. And if you guys want to take a look at what those emotes are, you can go ahead and check those out. You don't actually have to buy them if you don't want to. You can just look at them and see what they are and see if you're interested. So you can go ahead and take a look at that under subscriptions.
Good stuff. So we're going to go with the Marble Mill. It had 8 votes total. It is clearly the winner. Let's see what we got going on. Record time for this is 51.8 seconds. This is another quick race, and it looks pretty cool. So, exclamation point play to join the race. We had 17 marbles last time. Let's try and get more. We always finish with more than the first race, and I'm hoping that happens again.
Message my sister. She better hop on.
All right. We're at 18, so we already have more than we did in the first race. Makes me very happy. Thank you, folks. We're at 19 now. It's pretty awesome.
Ooh, new person. Oh, yay. Descriptory is here. Cypher Denict. Hello. Welcome.
I'm so glad that you read the names because, like, whenever I watch Twitch streamers, I'm not impressed with the way they play video games or how good they are. I'm impressed that they almost always get people's tags correctly.
Really?
And they pronounce them correctly because, like, I see stuff and I never get it right. Everyone makes fun of me for always pronouncing things the wrong way. So.
Oh, like Jang Mi Boon?
It was, I don't know if it was Boon or Bun. I don't know.
It's supposed to be Bun.
I said Boon because
yeah.
I didn't think Bun was appropriate. I didn't know, and I just got made fun of a whole bunch. So,
it's fine because if you read it in, well, even if you read it in Japanese, it'd still be wrong. Whatever.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm stupid in 2 languages. Thanks, Robin. Glitch says, oh, yeah, Adam, that movie is on Amazon to rent, so it's so good. I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah, we're going to have to try and see if we can. Well, it depends on how much it is to rent.
Right. Going to click start, and you're going to have 10 seconds to join if you haven't already. So please join.
I did. Okay, I pressed play. Exclamation point play to join. You got 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Wait, I'm counting too fast.
You are counting too fast.
Race begins.
And away we go. This looks pretty cool.
Glitch says it's $5.
$5 dues?
$5 dues. It's the price of a subscription.
That's funny. So this is falling and then rising. Through this obstacle course, you'll be dropped. I don't know why I'm talking like Yoda. Amanda Albrain, Laura Ann, Spooky Zora, Blanca Bello are in the lead.
It looks so,
Borderlandsy?
Yeah.
I agree. Cat Beatrix is currently in the lead with Blanca Bello right behind, but we do have a very large group hot on their heels. It looks like there's a divergence of 3 separate paths. It almost looks like a miniature golf course. Blanca Bello now appears to be in the lead, but who knows? Because this looks like it's a cannon that's going to just shoot Cat Beatrix to the bottom of the planet.
Oh my god!
Rip Cat Beatrix. Amanda was just shot too. Amanda's going to the bottom as well. I think I'm about to die. No, I survived somehow. Laura
there goes
Ann.
Amanda. Bye.
I said Amanda already.
I'm so behind. I'm watching my screen, not your screen.
There you go.
I'm watching with the rest of you.
Spooky Flea has
right.
also been eliminated. I think I'm in the lead. I'm happy about that because I want the points. I think I'm going to win. Maybe I'll set a world record here. No, can't do it. Already passed a minute. So if I win, it obviously passes to the second
How
person.
did you get to the front so fast?
I went the cannon route, and I actually landed on something. So grats me. Everyone else has a minute to finish.
Oh, God.
Or else you're all going to get eliminated.
It's going to be all PUBG in a second where it's
It
just
is.
like,
That force field is going to come
look
and
at it. It's coming so fast.
ruin everyone.
It's coming so fast.
That's what she said.
Oh, shut
Couldn't
up.
pass it up. Shining Bassy is in the lead, along with Spooky Zora trying to make it through this windmill. Who else? Abe's Monster, Elf Huntress, The Robin Grace, Neon Scars.
I think it's going to be Bassy. Look at that.
I don't know. Lots of zigzagging. Spooky Zora. Spooky Zora shows up at the end and takes a victory. Congratulations, Spooky Zora.
Message us and let us know what you would like.
Shining Bassy takes third place. Abe's Monster was eliminated. Rip. Elf Huntress takes fourth. Robin takes fifth. And the rest of you are just racing for your lives. You can see that force field approaching very rapidly.
The options are...
Esme Torres has survived.
What options do we have? We have the rainbow.
Look at... Oh, my God. That was so exciting.
What happened?
Mike Meadows was being chased by the elimination field and died just before he got into the safe zone.
I have the rainbow vomiting sticker still. I have the main square sticker with just the regular ghost mascot thing that we have. I have
beautiful face
coasters. We still have coasters. Static clings. The static clings that say keep on creeping on. We have a lot of options. So those of you that won, you have quite a few options. Just
hit us up and let us know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Malum, who has 21 points now and is just dominating this season. After coming back on the last race of last season to win, he's just like all over the place. He has a win now too. That's me kissing my own ass.
Computer is like heating up my coffee.
Yeah, when we play this game, it seems very simple. Jeez. This game taxes the shit out of my computer, so I'm always worried that the stream is going to die when we do this. It's a good thing we do it at the end.
How did Elf Huntress get an extra 9 points?
It's an extra 8 points, and it's from finishing well, I guess.
Dang.
Or maybe like you get bonus points for doing random stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's because I got launched and I didn't die. Maybe distance helps out. Who knows? I'm going to have to look up some of this rules. Bonus XP 7. So I don't know what grants you the bonus XP on that one, but that's pretty exciting stuff. So shout out to Elf Hunters, who has 17 points. The Robin Grace is up to 11. 11. Glitch is up to 11. And we'll see who can gather some points next week. Beast Nerd did join us. We gave you a bunch of shout outs.
We did give you a bunch of shout outs earlier. You missed it all.
Esme says, this was my first time playing this game, LOL. It is honestly pretty fun. We always do it at the end of every episode. So Meadow says it's still early. Another. That's all up to Robin because our supplies are running very low.
Since we did a late episode this week,
we owe it to them.
We owe it to everyone who is taking the time out of their day to join us for the games. So we'll do one more race since Beast Nerd has also joined us. And don't leave everyone just yet because one more race. Yay.
Spooky Flea says yes. All right. Exclamation point vote space and then the number that corresponds to your track.
Yes.
Let's do this. I'd be very happy if we are able to get more folks in this race than we had before. We had 20 before, so go ahead, cast your votes.
All right. What do I want this time?
Excuse me, y'all. Sorry about the coughs. Right now, Robotic Roadway is in the lead. Hop, Skip, and a Jump is selected by our previous winner, i.e. me. So if we tie, that's what we're going to go with. But cast your votes. Let's see what we get to. Emma says, yikes, came way too late. Emma, we have one last race. If you want to join us, switch over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast. We had shorter emails. Honestly, they're all really, really good this week, too. So totally check it out on YouTube. Or you can just listen to the episode when it launches normally. Damn, Robotic Roadway has 9 votes already. I think that's what we're going to go with. Albrain, yes, we're doing a third race because we were a little bit late with the episode that came out yesterday. So, good stuff. It is so hot in here. My back is drenched right now.
Really?
It is
I'm not
gross.
too bad. I mean, I feel good.
Because you like to be hot. You slept through 96. Wow. because you're used to being hot. You slept through 96 degrees in this house before and asked when the air conditioner got fixed because you were so cold. Which is just the most insane thing I've ever seen a person say in like real life.
I don't know what's wrong with my body. It just does
There's
things.
nothing wrong with that body, girl. All right. We're going with Robotic Roadway. It has 9 votes. That's a lot of votes. Record time on this one is 1 minute and 33 seconds. So not too super quick.
Aw, Beast Nerd says, I'm in Barstow, so reception is trash.
Aw, sad face. Well, type !play right now and get your marble joined in. Allbrain says best day ever.
Best day ever.
This is going to be the best day of my life.
Oh, no, you've never watched SpongeBob, man. You,
Nope.
God.
I'm a grown-up.
So many good so many good episodes, so many good songs.
We got 19 marbles already in this race. We get 2 more. 2 more.
Beast Nerd. Yes, you are in, Ralph.
Shout out to Woo Scarish, who resubscribed for the 4th month.
Thank you so much.
We sincerely appreciate you. 20 marbles. We have as many marbles now as we had for race 2. We need 1 more, and we can say that each race we did had increasing marble count. So
more marbles. Other people. ! Play.
Did you join? You did. I can see it.
Yes. Yeah, 21.
21. Thank you, Esme. Appreciate you. I'm about to overshare because as anyone who's listened to this show, especially those of you who have watched us live know, I share stuff I probably shouldn't. And anyone who's brand new to the live shows knows that if I wear a nice shirt, I'm typically not wearing pants, which is true today. Not doing it at all. And because it's so hot in here, I am stuck to this leather chair in a very, very uncomfortable way.
Gross.
I feel like I'm glued to it
You're
right
disgusting.
now.
Meadows asks, what happened to the movie pod? Haven't seen anything for it. We just haven't had the time to
Get
record.
it off the ground.
Yeah. So we have an episode recorded. We have other movies to watch and then record. We've watched the second movie. We just haven't recorded for it yet.
I'll give you, before we get this thing started, I'm going to give you a super quick breakdown of what June, the month we were supposed to finally have the time to get this launched, has been like. So we started this month. We went to the Winchester June 9th. We then went to E3. Had to work all the days leading up to it. Full day of travel for Winchester, full day of travel back, sleep for 3.5 hours, get up, drive to LA for E3, drive home, work the next days. And that leads us all the way up to today. The one day I had off was Sunday, where we went to Disney for Star Wars Land, which was amazing. So we've been very, very busy. I'm not complaining. It's been amazing, but we just haven't had a whole lot of free time.
Yeah, it's just
to slip in like starting a new podcast.
Yeah, plus I've been sick too, and just I've had debilitating migraines. That
Exclamation
I've never
point
had
play
before,
if you would like to join in. She really has. Like,
yeah,
she got crushed with one last night after we got the episode up. So it's been a bit rough, but we're going to get it. We're going to get it, folks.
Yeah, exclamation point play. Last minute, everybody.
Too late. We got 21.
No.
We are off. Tact 92 is in the lead. The beginning is always some form of plinko, and whoever gets through it first is usually in a pretty good spot. Spooky Zora is in first place, with Tact 92 just taking it back. This is a really pretty track.
I'm pretty sure
like
that's Tawny. Pretty sure.
Spooky Zora has been eliminated. You fell off the side.
Oh gosh.
No double win for
no.
Spooky Zora tonight. Tac 92 is in the lead. It looks like there's another track up there. Let's see if I can move us there to see what that one's like. Let's get up here. Meadows 89 is in first place up here. Tact, Allbrain, Aves Monster are all down there about to enter this.
It is Tawny. I was right.
Good work.
Thanks.
This swirly monster. Meadows has dropped down from up there along with the rest of the people. We have a conversions, folks. Meadows is just taking the lead, so I think that might be the route to go. Elf Huntress, the Robin Grace are hot on their heels. Elf Huntress is now in the lead, zipping right through this. This is going to get brutal. Allbrain back there and Tac 92 have been eliminated along with Beast Nerd and Glitchgrim and Carly and Elf Huntress and Amanda and Aves Monster. Good Lord.
That's
lots of people. Robin's still alive. Here comes Shining Bassy to just take the lead. I don't know what the hell is going on.
What?
Is this an anti-gravity spot?
It must be anti-gravity.
I think you're not on the right path. Okay, you're bouncing back.
No.
This is like when you bowl and you have like the gutter rails up so you can't like lose. Or not, because you just lost.
Oh,
Laura Ann is now in first place. If you make this jump, you're going to win. I think this might be the first time everyone dies
Oh my goodness.
Robin's in the lead.
Oh,
Robin
yes.
survived. Robin is probably going to win unless Blanca Bello, who has already won once tonight, or the Scriptery, or Spooky Flea, or say that name, Cypher Denict can catch up. Robin is completely stopped. These cubes are my least favorite thing on these tracks because they bring it to a screeching halt.
Not that mystery air that.
At least they were moving. Blanca Bello took a really good line through this, and if they can get through the fan before you do, well, realistically, they're in the lead. The Scripter HQ has been eliminated, and even if Robin wins, Blanca Bello is still going to take the win. Spooky Flea, where are you? Making your way downtown, walking fast.
Faces past because you're homebound. Since
Blanca Bello is completely stopped, though. We only have 3 marbles left. Robin has won, technically. But Spooky Flea and Cypher just breezed right through that. It looks like Blanca is still stuck on this debris.
So
Cypher is stuck in the fan.
Blanca Bello's already won once tonight.
Will you pass?
Yes. Can we please pass it on to the next person?
Most of the time, you folks do it anyways, but we're going to ask.
But I'm going to ask, can we pass it on to the next person? Just to be fair, since you'll get something and then the next person can also get something.
Glitch says, this track is the devil floating and all. That's hilarious. Spooky Flea took 3rd place.
I'm a wiener. All right, so Spooky Flea also message us and
God damn, the bonus XP was insane for this track.
Heck yeah.
10 bonus. I think bonus XP comes off of how many other balls got eliminated.
Ah, cool. So Spooky Flea, message us or email us storytime@scarish.com. Let us know what you want. Blanca Bello also email us storytime@scarish.com. Let us know what you want. And what was the third? Who was the third one? Oh, no, hold on. Yeah, was it Spooky Zora? It was Spooky Zora. So also email us and let us know what you want. There's a lot of options. It generally comes down to a couple of the stickers that we've had in previous Patreon things. So, and like the static clings that we have. If you go on to my Etsy shop, you can see we have a whole bunch of stickers on there. And
Blanca Bello, thank you so much for passing. We sincerely
so
appreciate that. You're probably gonna get extra loot anyways. Spooky Flea says, yeehaw. Tack92 says, whoop, that was very fun, though. It is a very fun time. I really enjoy doing these races. I hate that Robin's at 31 points now. I think we all hate that. Let's all be agreed on that. Because I'm stuck at 21. Elf Hunter's at 17, so she's way ahead. But seeing that these bonus XP is like
31.
out of control. I've said this already.
Yeah, I'm a winner.
Seeing the bonus XP is out of control, I think we can all catch her. You just really need to win a race.
Yeah, hashtag Team Robin. That's me. I'm Robin. Sorry.
I was like, I have no idea what she said. She just sounded like a woo girl.
All right. Anyway, so thank you everyone who's joined us for this episode. You guys are absolutely awesome. Playing marbles with you all are so fun. We had a whole bunch of really great stories tonight, and they were all really well written. So says Spooky Mom. And
so saith Spooky Mom.
And we just want you guys to know how thankful we are that we get to do this every week. And hope that you'll join us again next week, Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And don't forget to follow us on all our social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
It's all Scarish related if you need to search. Otherwise, you can just actually find our tags.
Yeah.
Twitter's at ScarishPod. Instagram is at ScarishPodcast. And Facebook.com/ScarishPodcast is our Facebook.
Yep. If you go to our website, scarish.com, that's us. We own that. We have all our shop stuff on there. So if you want to get some Scarish goods, our stores are on there.
You like them Scarish goods, don't you?
Shut up. And my Etsy store is on there. I have a lot of geeky stuff. I have all our Scarish stickers that I make on there. So if you guys want to check that out. And we do have our Amazon affiliate link on there as well if you guys want to do that. I post what Robin likes every once in a while. I haven't posted one in quite a while, but those are all the things that I'm into at the moment. And if you guys want to check that out, it's like my little blog. It's kind of cool.
We've had multiple people message and ask if they can contribute to this new PC that I'm building. It's still crazy to me that people actually ask if they can send us stuff. Shout out to Ulri, who sent me a gift card on Amazon.
You're amazing.
You are amazing. And because I just don't know how to handle that, I'm going to put like Ulri on my new PC setup in some way, shape, or form. We have a Cricut so we can cut out vinyl, and I'm going to have like a dedication for each person.
Yeah, I think we're going to do that. So if you folks donate to building a new PC.
Here's how I'm going to set this up. So I'm uncomfortable with asking people to fund 100% of my PC. I'm going to pick out certain components that I'm comfortable with people contributing to, probably like a video card or a processor or a fan or something like that, and post them on our website, most likely under an Amazon wish list, so you folks can see what it costs, or Newegg, or whatever I can find that's cheapest. And then whoever donates will definitely get a dedication on my tower in some way, shape, or form. And, you know, I'm going to pay for most of it myself as far as I can. But for those of you who actually want to contribute, I'm going to pick some stuff where it's like, if I have a video card that I want to get and I get contributions to the video card fund, cool, I don't have to worry about paying for it. Or I can upgrade to the next echelon of video card, that type of thing. So either way, thank you to everyone who donates to us. It sincerely means so much, and I think we're all still flabbergasted.
You will get pasted on the tower in one way or another.
Yes, there will be a tribute to you forever on my tower and on my heart. So, wow, what a face. What a fuck you face from Robin on that one when I was trying to have a sincere moment. So if you have a homegrown horror you would like to send us, please email storytime@scarish.com. Go to the aforementioned social medias, and you can reach out to us that way. Or go to our website, scarish.com, and click on Contact Us and send it that way. Robin, if folks wanted to donate financially, how can they do so?
If you go to patreon.com/ScarishPodcast, if you go to patreon.com/ScarishPodcast, those are monthly donations. We have a whole bunch of tiers starting at $8. We are trying to be more active, give you guys more content. It's very difficult, and we're well aware that you guys want more. We're trying, and tonight we are posting a video, an exclusive Storytime video that we recorded with all the people that came, well, not all, but a lot of the people that came with us to the San Jose meetup. And that's going to be Patreon only content. So if you want to see that, you got to join Patreon, minimum of $1. And you get a lot of extra stuff if you join as well. So there's an exclusive discount code for the summer products that I have up that is exclusive to Patreons for the summer. So
just to clarify too, we do have a Winchester Mystery House video that recaps like our entire time there, that's going to be posted on YouTube for everyone to watch. The impromptu story time that we realized we're about to have, we're like, this is perfect for Patreon exclusive content. So for everyone that's like, I really want to see what happened at Winchester, you get to see almost absolutely everything. The only thing you don't get to see if you're not a patron is basically what happened after we all went out to eat together afterwards, when we were just like sitting around in San Jose and someone's like, I got a story for you. Someone else is like, I got a story for you too. And then the third person's like, I have a story too. I was like, fire that fucking camera up. We're about to have a story time. It was very cool. It was an amazing moment. And that's going to be Patreon exclusive. So you didn't miss a whole bunch, but it's definitely something that's fun.
Yeah. So if you want to do that, patreon.com/ScarishPodcast. All your support really helps us out. And the more patrons we have, the closer we get to going to the Stanley Hotel.
150 patrons is the goal for that one.
Yep. And there's ko-fi.com, ko-fi.com/ScarishPodcast. Those are one-time donations, and all those donations go to helping us upgrade our studio setup. We do have to change the goals a bit since we've gotten a bunch of new equipment now and stuff like that. And we'll probably we should just post the computer parts.
Yeah, I think we're going to do
there.
computer parts at ko-fi.com.
Yeah, so we'll do all those updates and things like that. If you guys want to hop on there, I'll probably set up some reward goals on there as well. Like, you'll get something if you donate this much. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But go there and check it out. And that's
about it.
Yeah.
That's everything we got. So thank you so much for everyone who sent us a story, everyone who's joined us, everyone who listens, everyone who rates and reviews. We appreciate every single one of you. We legitimately do. We couldn't do it without you, because a lot of times, like we mentioned earlier, life gets kind of busy, life gets in the way, and it's
just going to break out in a song.
It's a driving force to keep us coming back, to make sure that we have a product for you and content for you to listen to, because, you know, we get told so much that you folks enjoy it. So we're going to try and be here for as long as we possibly can. So thank you one more time, and that's just about everything we got. So Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.